Hi, my name is Aya, you're watching Aya Reads, and I'm here to play my TBR game again using Hitster, which is basically songs, pick my TBR. I'm not gonna go into the rules in this video, but I'll have the playlist linked for you. The first video in that playlist will explain all the rules. While I'm filming this, it's actually not even close to being the end of the month, but while you're watching this, I'm actually on vacation, probably on the beach, drinking pina coladas and probably reading books on the beach. So I'm very excited about that, but it's still June while I'm filming this because I'm pre-filming a bunch of videos. So I have no idea whether or not I can actually finish my TBR. Well, I mean, I don't know for sure, but to be fair, I only had 5 books on my TBR. All of them I know are gonna be part of a reading vlog. So I do think that there's a very high probability that I will be able to finish everything on my TBR, and if not, well, there's nothing really I can do about that at the moment. But I promise you I will make a concerted effort to actually finish my TBR. So let's get started. So I will not take a punishment. I will not add an extra rule. So yes, last TBR game we played the Guilty Pleasures Hitster. Now we're gonna play the regular Hitster. As always, as I say in every video, both boxes have cards for both games, so it doesn't really matter. So let's start off with the rules. Hopefully you can see that well enough. Okay, a 3 and a 6. Okay, let's do 6. I might hate myself, but 6, I think it's a 3 is just too little, I think. So we're gonna do 6. And let's get started with the first card. The first card starts off my timeline. So at the end of the road, I need to have 6 books on my timeline. So this is the first one. Army of Lovers Crucified. For Crucified by Army of Lovers, I was umming and ahhing a bit. The lyrics couldn't really give me anything. And then I figured, you know, the band name is called Army of Lovers. So I figured, you know, a white shoes romance would be perfect because those girlies definitely have an army of lovers. So I went for Losers Part 1 by Harley LaRue. So I read the Dare years ago and I really love that novella. And I was so very excited for this duology to come out and I never picked it up. Like, I had the opportunity when the first part came out and I never picked it up. Then the second part came out and I also haven't picked it up. And now she's coming out with a new book in October. And that is like the next book ever since she wrote The Losers. And I'm just really excited to read more by her. She's definitely one of my favorite like smutty authors, but authors in general. I really like her. I really like the way she writes her books. So The Losers is about this girl named Jessica. And when she was in high school, she used to bully these 4 guys who were the losers, basically. So like basically like the alternative guys, basically. And in the Dare, you saw that one of the guys kind of dared her to become his sex slave for the night. And that whole novella is that night of them 2 together. But you also knew that he had these 3 friends. And there was one scene between all 4 of them, but not much really. And now this book starts off with her doing something that makes her kind of indebted to these 4 losers. Their names are Manson, Jason, Lucas, and Vincent. She did something, now she's indebted to them, and they make a deal with her that because of what she did, that also kind of broke her car, and they are mechanics. So they made this deal with her that she will be theirs for the month, basically, I believe. You know, they can do whatever they want with her in that month. What's interesting about this white shoes romance is that it's not just all 4 guys with her. These 4 guys, it's actually 2 couples. So I believe Manson and Jason are a couple, and Lucas and Vincent. It's either that or Manson and Lucas and Jason and Vincent. I'm not sure, but actually, so 2 guys are a couple, the other 2 guys are another couple, but they all share her. So I don't know, it is definitely an army of lovers. I'm very excited about it. And I just heard great things about it. Like, everybody that has read this book does seem to love it. It has a pretty high average rating, 4.23. And I already know I love Harley LaRue, so very excited about this one. Let's get started with the first song. I'm gonna just give you a hint for if you're watching on YouTube. La 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 la. Anyway, it's Whenever, Wherever by Shakira, and it's obviously after 1991. So, yeah. Yeah, I obviously love this song. I was very young when this first came out, but I remember me and my friends just like belly dancing all over our houses. I'm pretty sure we also did like concerts for our parents. Anyway, so I get one of these. So I have 5 now. I should really use one of them. For Whenever, Wherever, I went for these lyrics. Lucky you were born that far away so we could both make fun of distance. Lucky that I love a foreign land for the lucky fact of your existence. So I was thinking this could either be like a long distance relationship or like both characters are from different countries, and I went for that one. I went for Colty by Mariana Zapata. This is a football or soccer romance, and she's from the US, he's from Germany, so definitely a foreign land. And he is basically, so Colty is this like big football superstar, like think of the line, like think along the lines of Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi. Like he used to be like very famous, like the best of them all. She is a 27-year-old soccer player, and now he is gonna be her coach. And like she used to worship him as a kid, but now he seems to be like the grumpiest of the grumps. And this is their romance. So I recently, like this year, I read my first Mariana Zapata, but that was a paranormal romance. And I really enjoyed that one. So I'm very excited to read this one. This is one of her like more iconic books. And this one I'm gonna be reading for a vlog. Reading books that came out in 2015. So this one came out in 2015, so I'm very excited about this one. Let's continue on to the next card. I don't know this song at all. I Ain't Ready to Die. I know it seems... I usually tend to have issues if it's like end of the 80s, beginning of the 90s. But I think it is in the 90s. I think it's after 1991. God, I hope I'm correct. Yes! Oh my God. 1995. Are you ready to fly? Did she say, are you ready to fly, or I am ready to die? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Are You Ready to Fly by Dune. I really couldn't come up with any book I wanted to read for this one. The lyrics didn't give me anything. The year really didn't give me anything. And like the color also didn't really give me anything. So since I have a lot of tokens now, I'm gonna use a token to remove this card. So yeah, I'm skipping Are You Ready to Fly by Dune. Moving on to the next one. I do know this song. It's Honey by Mariah Carey, and I think it is after 1995. I think so. So I'm gonna put it right here. Oh my God, hopefully I'm correct. Yeah, oh my God, listen. Yes, okay, because I remember this one came out while I still had active memory, so anyway, although 4, maybe. I love that song, it's such a good one. Okay. For Honey by Mariah Carey, I went for these lyrics, and it's just like honey. When your love comes over me, that's right, oh baby, I've got a dependency. Always strung out for another taste of your honey. So this could honestly be any romance, but I went for Him by Serena Bowen and Elle Kennedy. Also, I'm gonna be reading this one for that 2015, that vlog, reading books that came out in 2015. So this is about Jamie and Wes, and they used to be best friends. This is a hockey romance, as you could see by the cover. Okay, so Jamie can't figure out why he lost his closest friend after like one night of a little drunken foolishness. But Wes, his biggest regret is coaxing his very straight friend into a bet that pushed the boundaries of their relationship. I'm pretty sure one of them gave the other one a blowjob. They used to go to this hockey camp. That's where they saw each other like every single summer. Now, 4 years later, their college teams are set to face off at the national championships. Ryan or Wes, finally gets a chance to apologize. When Wesley turns up to coach alongside Jamie for one more hot summer at camp, Jamie has a few things to discover about his old friend and a big one to learn about himself. So, you know, I figured Honey could fit, considering I'm pretty sure Jamie, after that one night, discovers that he might not be as straight as he thought he was. So, you know, Taste of Honey, I've got a dependency. I figured it fit, but really any romance could fit for this song. So 2 left, hopefully. Okay, I don't know this song, but I did forget to grab one of these tokens for the Honey by Mariah Carey, so that's good. This one, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's a very old song. At least it sounds old. So I think it's after 1990, or before 1991, sorry. So, oh, My Girl by The Temptations. I do know this song. Or at least I've heard of it, but I didn't recognize it. For My Girl by Temptations, I also, like, any romance could fit this song. So I picked the entire song. I didn't pick a particular lyric. And I went for Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. So this is a book that I've been meaning to read for such a long time. Like, ever since it was still indie published. In fact, I bought the indie published book because I really prefer this one over the traditional published cover. So this is about Winifred or Win and Beau. They meet each other at this Halloween party where they're both dressed up as pirates. Her because she has like a tiny hand, which Hannah Bonham Young has as well, actually. And him because he is amputated. One of his legs are amputated, so he has like a peg leg as like in his pirate costume. Because they realize that about each other, they get talking, and then that night ends up in them having a one-night stand, which ends up with her pregnant. And Beau, the reason he had his leg amputated is because he had cancer, and he always thought that he's infertile because of that. So for him, it's like a dream come true, a very, very pleasant surprise. So he is more than happy to help. And when he sees where she's living, which is not really suitable for a baby, he invites her to move in with him. But since they don't want to ruin what they have going on, they just like decide to just be friends. But of course, that does not happen. A romance develops. I've heard so many good things about this book. And obviously this has an aspect of a roommate to lovers trope, which is one of my favorite tropes. And yeah, I cannot wait to read this one. Okay, last one, hopefully. Okay, apparently it is a Shakira themed video because this is another Shakira song. So it's Shakira, Wyclef Jean, I think. My hips don't lie. And it's after 2001. Yeah, I think that is all there is to say, really. Hey! Okay, so I got another one of these, and I had 0 mistakes. Oh my god, I am so proud of myself. You know, Shakira really came through for me, okay? She did. So Hips Don't Lie by Shakira. As easy as it was for me to guess the song, it was so hard for me to pick a book. So anyway, I went for these lyrics. She make a man wanna speak Spanish. Como se llama? Bonita, mi casa. Shakira, Shakira. So anyway, I thought, okay, so I could have gone either 2 ways. Either, you know, a Spanish-speaking heroine, you know, because, you know, she might make a man want to speak Spanish. Or a dancer romance. Like, preferably a belly dancing romance. But obviously, I could not find any belly dancing romances that I wanted to read. There were a few, like there was, I believe I only found one, but I was not really interested in it. And then actually found the perfect book. It's called Take the Lead by Alexis Daria. This is about a dancing competition, and she speaks Spanish. But since this is like a reality show, and also this is not on my TBR at all, I didn't want to pick this one. Even though it would have been perfect, honestly. So I actually went for another book by this author that I do own, and it's You Had Me at Ola by Alexis Daria. So it does fit the song still because she definitely speaks Spanish. Okay, so this is about these 2 telenovela stars. After a messy public breakup, Jasmine finds herself splashed across the tabloids. And when she returns to New York to star in a new bilingual romantic comedy television show, where she gets paired up with telenovela hunk Ashton Suarez. And this like new new TV show will give him an opportunity to be seen in front of an American audience. And this is gonna turn into their romance. When this book came out, which has been a while, let me see when it came out. In 2020, this was very popular and I bought it then. I still have not read it. So I figured, you know, that this definitely fits. Although I do think he's the one that speaks better Spanish, but it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't. Okay, I'm just glad I could finally pick a book for this song, because I was almost debating on removing this card, but then I'd only have like 4 books and I didn't want to do that. So this is the timeline and I'm very excited about it. And now, okay, I really need to use these tokens. So how many do I have now? 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah. Now for the anticipated release, I'm really excited about. There's only one, and maybe that's for the better, because I know in September there's going to be a lot of new releases that I'm very excited about. So August is pretty chill, which I'm glad about. So the only anticipated release that I'm looking forward to is The Fallen and The Kiss of Dusk by Carissa Broadbent. So this is the 4th book in the Crowns of Nyaxia series, which I cannot really talk a whole lot about since it's the 4th book. But the other reason I can't really talk too much about it is because I haven't read the 3rd book yet. And this series is a series of different duologies. So this book, even though it's the 4th book in the series, it's the finale of the duology between Misha and her love interest. So I still need to read the 1st book, but I am planning on doing that before this book comes out. So I'm going to be reading it regardless in August. So I'm very excited to read both books actually. And I do plan on vlogging the experience. Let me actually know, do you want me to do a spoiler or non-spoiler vlog? Because I'm kind of leaning towards doing a spoiler vlog, but we'll see. So yeah, those were all the books that I'm planning on reading in the month of August. Definitely let me know if you've read any of these books and what your thoughts were. Also, what are some books that you're planning on reading in the month of August? And since I actually forgot to tell you at the beginning of the video, August is actually my birthday month. My birthday is on August 22nd. So if you want to say that you are here, but you don't actually want to say something, leave me some sort of like celebratory emoji, whatever that is for you. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know by leaving a like if you did. I thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day and I'll talk to you later. Bye.